we have continuous growth problems. These are the two formulas. A equals PE to the exponent RT. For growth. And then for decay, we have A equals PE to the negative RT. So how do we know what's the difference on the decay problem? Negative exponent. So what that means is our amount, when something decays, like bones, if you weigh bones when they decay, is it going to weigh more or less after it decays? Less. So the negative makes this a fraction, and so that's what makes that less. So this number, this would be a smaller amount than this one here. The starting amount is going to be bigger than your ending amount. So these letters, the P stands for your starting amount. Your R stands for the same thing that it stood for before, which was a rate. And what about the T? Same thing as before. It is time. And then our A is going to be our ending amount. Okay, so our first problem, you invest $5,000 in an account which is continuously compounded at 3.5% interest rate. How much is your investment worth after 4.3 years? So here's our formula. So this 5,000, is it your beginning amount, your P, or is it your ending amount, A? P. It's your starting amount, P. So 5,000, we have E. What is R as a decimal? 3.5% is 0.035. Good, 0.035. And then our time is 4.3. So we just need to find A. So how would we do this? Is there any more math that we need to do, or do we just put it the rest in our calculator?
In our calc.
We're just going to put it in your calculator. So now, see if you can do that in your calculator. I recommend you do your exponent like I did it here, rather than using two separate parentheses, because if you do it like this, it's going to give you the wrong answer. You don't want to do that. I need you to do this and talk to each other about it because I cannot answer each other.
Do we still put it?
You should get 5812.08. So it is money. So we're rounding to the nearest cent. Yes, what was your question?
I was just wondering if you could use this one out there.
So questions on that, please ask your crew for help if you're having trouble getting that on your calculator. You do okay here? You get it here? How about you guys, Joshua and Haley? Did you get it?
Out. I did. No. Stop. That wasn't me.
So my units on this one. You have to do this. Let's put the number in first. So I guess for the next one to 1, and then you have to do a B. Who says that? I just wanted to.
You can tell. No.
Sorry, that calculator's not easy to use.
Does that help?
So my
Didn't say shit. Yeah. And there's sure check for the long life.
it's so much easier. You don't have to
I don't
take
know about
it backwards. Okay, number 2. You invest 2,000.
Makes sense.
Number 2, you're investing 2,000 in a fund, which is continuously compounded. What is the interest rate if it's worth $2,166 after 4 years? So I'll always give you that formula. So we're going to use the formula A equals PE times E to the RT. So 2,000, is that our, I'm going to ask the group. Is 2,000 your beginning amount? Is it your P or is it your ending amount A? Yes, 2,000 is your beginning amount. And then we want to find our interest rate. And the time is 4 years, so 4R. Does that make sense? The next one is 4R. What's our ending amount in this same group? Yep, 2166. Thank you. Nice job. So this group here, tell me what we would do next to solve this. Good. We want to divide by 2,000. We have to get this here by itself because we can't get to that exponent until we get the e to the 4r by itself. Okay, so we first divide by 2,000. So this gives us a number that ends, that doesn't go on forever on our calculator. So I'm going to put the 1.083 here. If it doesn't, I would leave it as the fraction. So now, same group here. What would we do next to solve this? Ellen, just anywhere or?
I gotta do it on both sides.
On both sides, that's right. So natural log of 1.083 equals the natural log of e to the 4r. So the reason, can anybody answer why we're using ln here rather than regular log? Dexter. That's right. That base of e means we want to use that natural log because it saves us a step. So our next step is to do something with that 4r. What is it that we do with the 4r? We move it to the front. So we get 4r times the natural log of e equals the natural log of 1.083. Well, what's the natural log of e? 1. So this equals 4r. And then this group again. What would we do next to solve r? You want to do something with the 4? Yeah, divide by 4. We got to get that r by itself, so we're going to divide by 4.
No, it's okay. Sorry.
Oh, I think I got that.
Zero 0.01993. We want to round this. We're going to be rounding. I'm just saying we're on in the nearest hundredth because that's what I asked you to do on your test. That's what I'm asking you to do on your homework tonight. We want to change this to a percent.
Multiply by 100.
So yes, multiply by 100. So move that decimal point 2 places to the right. So it's 1.99%. percent.
Yes, ma'am.
Or as Kristen said, that's like undefined.
Silly goose.
Okay, go ahead and do number 3 on your own as your use site. Go ahead and do that.
Just use 2 seconds.
Again, let's round up to the nearest 100.
No,
So we get in the habit of doing
no,
that.
it's not P. A is 2700. 27,395 is no.
No, because it goes from, so this is.
It goes, hey, this is the starting right here. We started from this. We're going to that. So this is the starting amount, which means that P.
The starting point's this because we already have it.
This is all my life.
This is your starting amount.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You are so special.
Wait, so this is our, so this is A.
That's your thing.
This is A, and then this is B.
Because it's growing. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
A little bit of that.
Why don't you do another 3?
I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
Actually,
We do have the rate, we don't have the time, buddy. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's such a dumb question.
Wait, if it goes on like this, do you keep it as fraction?
And I get that answer, and not the answer at all.
Wait, so it's 3.5 T? Yeah. Which one is it?
T and C. I don't know if I got this one right.
I get it right.
Hey, Mr. Right? He chose the answer.
Oh, don't show it.
I got you.
Costello.
Well, what'd you do?
So leave it as a fraction.
The answer will still be close.
It's the up dog.
Yeah, dude, what's up?
Is this right? Oh, my bad.
Hello, could you put more data out? But any other classes that you need, I think you have. Of course, this class would be.
Oh.
When it's 6. Yep.
So I got the right answer.
When it's 6 years.
Did the same thing as this. I need to tell this right. What'd you get?
I got 6.86.
What about you, Amy? You got the right answer, but you did it wrong.
Can you stop touching?
I was trying to
Stop touching me with your feet.
What was it?
You got the right answer, that makes no sense. No, it's wrong. You got it wrong. the same steps. You did it wrong, you got it right.
I got it.
I did it wrong, you got it wrong.
How we got it?
You don't need to turn it into a this time.
Just a roll in there.
Okay, so if we round to the nearest 100, it would be 6.86.
You didn't have one that's the same yet, though. So I'm not trying to worry about it. The kids will cover things.
I did specifically notice that in verbs to. So if you did not divide here, leave it like that, if you round it early, then your answer's not
Yeah, but now he's a 4.0. But now he's a 4.0. It is. There's no transfer. It's not the same district. There's no zoology over there.
Bro, it doesn't matter, bro. Also, you still see that you transfer with the 1.0.
I mean, he's gonna finish with like at least a 2 now.
No,
I don't want
No, he
to
doesn't even want to go.
no.
He wants to do construction.
Okay, last one. For Kellyanne, 247 decays exponentially. If the continuous decay rate is 4% per year and the current mass is 897.10 grams, in how many years will the mass diminish to 9.97 grams? So we are using A equals PE to the negative RT. There's a negative in the exponent. Let me just say right now that it's a very common mistake to forget that negative. So what is our starting amount, our P on this one?
8971.1.
Yes. 897.1, and so that would be E to the negative. And what is our rate as a decimal?
Negative 0.004.
So negative 0.04. So that 4% is 0.04. Remember, dividing by 100 or moving that decimal point 2 places to the left. And then we don't know what the time is, so we put a T. And then what's our ending amount on this one? Good. And so on all the other ones, our ending amount was bigger. So what about this problem tells us that it's going to be smaller? How do we know that?
Because the number's bigger.
So it says it's diminishing, right? So this decays, and this word decays, and then the formula has that negative exponent, which makes it a fraction. Okay, so what's my first step here?
Divide 8.
Good, good. So this group here, tell me what we would do next. Divide. How do you do ln? Good. You have to take the natural log of both sides. Okay, what is the natural log of E equal to? 1. So then this is really equal to negative 0.04t. So what would my last step be?
Divided by 0.04.
Good. By 0.04 or negative 0.04? Negative, good. So I'm going to do that over here. Did you say I'm hard of hearing?
What?
Did you say I'm hard of hearing?
No, I didn't tell us. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, Cohen said that? Cohen said that. I would hear him. Oh my God, it's hot. It's so tough. Of course, of course, of course.
So our last step would be divide by negative 0.04.
Right?
The answer 112.49.
Yeah, it is.
And then when you do that, don't forget to divide by a negative 0.04. Really easy to forget that. And so time in years, 102.32 years. So if you rounded this here, that may be why. Or leave it as that fraction. Possible you had a copy error. Oh, I made a mistake. Sorry. I made a mistake in my calculator. Sorry about that.
Just one.
I understand. Yeah, we're actually almost done. Shut up. Shut up. You don't even get them.
So it's on 112.49 years. Thank you.
Oh, so I did get it right.